Every meet, the Georgia Gym Dogs get closer and closer to perfection. This is a team that wants it all. We'll have all the highlights next.
And the Dogs' deed is done. What can I say? They were the best. They really stood out. They put it all together when it counts, and that's what this sport's all about.
And that just may do it for Georgia here tonight.
Wow.
The Jim Dog Show is brought to you by Melwood Springs. Melwood Springs from the Blue Ridge Mountains of North Georgia.
Hi, I'm Suzanne Yocklin. Welcome to the Jim Dog Show. This past weekend, our team competed at home against LSU. And not only did our team win the competition and take our record to 8-0 on the season, but we scored for the second week in a row over 197 points. With me today is Associate Head Coach Jay Clark. Jay, wasn't it a great meet?
It was just a great atmosphere all the way around. The crowd was into it. We had a sellout crowd. To come home and to get in front of our crowd with a big-time SEC meet like that and take on a team like LSU that was ranked #1 in the country for 5 or 6 weeks last year during the regular season. It was just a good atmosphere. It was good to come home and have a meet with that kind of intensity.
It absolutely was, and we started off strong once again for the second week in a row. We were so strong on the vaulting event. Let's take a look at the first rotation.
Kelsey Erickson leading off for us on vaulting. She's going to do her Yurchenko full. Beautiful amplitude, little pike down, a little hop, 9.875. It's a great, great start. I think it was probably the best vault score of the year for Kelsey. You can see the amplitude. She actually even almost leaves the picture here. She gets up so high. Little pike in and that hop right there. Beautiful vault. Absolutely beautiful vault. 9.875 was the score. Brittany Smith up next, coming back off of her groin injury. This is her first time going since she had the groin injury. And she nails the vault. A little bitty hop backwards, though, but a great, great vault. 9.9 is the score. See, Brittany does a Yurchenko layout, half front, the half turn coming before the front flip. Now the stretch on the front there. Beautiful landing. 9.9 again. You can see Doug McGavin very excited about that vault because we've had so much trouble getting her going again. Katie Heenan back on vault for us. Beautiful vault. Katie's really improved her vaulting overall this year. Layout Yurchenko full. Great job on this vault. Big amplitude. Little bit of pike in on the landing again. Not much. Not really much to speak of there. And then the hop right there at the end. 9.875. Courtney Coupets. Round off half on, front pike off. Big vault. She warmed it up beautifully. Stuck them in warm-ups. Just got a little bit of adrenaline surge there, it looked like. Just really did the vault the way you're supposed to do it. She used to half this vault out, which made it a little easier for her to land, but just a beautiful vault. Couldn't quite control the landing, but still 9.85, very good score. Lisa Rennie on LSU's team on bars. There's a Shaposhnik over there. A little bit of an amplitude problem there. Toe on and off to a Higgins. Half pirouette, the bail to handstand. She stoops on there, does a kind of a squat on with bent knees. Another toe on and off, and toe on off front to the half dismount. A lot of toe on and offs in that routine. I think it's actually one less than I'd seen her do earlier this year, but 9.875, a very good routine. Tiffany Tolnay up on vault, the freshman. Beautiful vault, beautiful vault. Yurchenko 1.5, just drills the landing, her best vault of the year by far. Tiffany is known for her power on vault and floor and just absolutely shows it right here. You can see the amplitude coming off the table, explodes up into the air, drills the landing, 1.5 twist, 9.975. One judge gave it a 10, one judge gave it a 9.95, and you can see that our crowd and coaches and everybody was really, really excited about that. So we go to bars. We're headed over there, and again, the rhythm of the meet is held up a little bit from time to time. Nikki had to go in at the last minute first up. We pulled Ashley out of the first up spot. This is supposed to be a giant 1.5 twist, but she misses it and she covers it by going giant full to giant half to her ginger. Nice ginger. The legs stayed together. We've been working hard on that. Her pack salto, very well done. Misses the half pirouette there, but really not much of a deduction other than it's just an obvious mistake because she did go to handstand. And then you've got a giant full to a double tuck at the end. A very good dismount. Little out of control there on the landing. She goes 9.75. Audrey Bowers up next on bars. Does her mount there. Pretty good handstand here. Nice giant full. Katja a little bit in on the bar there. Amplitude there. Short on the straddle back. Audrey's not executing this routine as well as she has most. And then a short handstand here. She does wind up and do a very, very nice double layout dismount. Good landing. Controls it 9.775. But so far we just haven't executed the way we've been doing and the way we've trained. Emily Ellis on vault. Emily is from around the Tuscaloosa area, does a Yurchenko half front. Great vault, 9.825. Tiffany Tolnay up on bars. This is Tiffany's best score tonight on bars. We had taken her out for a few weeks and had some consistency problems. There's a nice Jaeger there. It's a little soft here on the bail to handstand. You can see her body position gets a little bit off. Tiffany's very, very good with her handstands. Very clean line on the bars. A giant full to a blind change. Here's her double front dismount with a hop there on the landing. That'll be a 10th, and it's a 9.8, but otherwise a very, very good routine. We're just happy to get her back into the bar lineup. Kelsey Erickson up on bars. Last year's #2 bar worker in the nation. Currently ranked #1 on this event. Toe on and off the handstand. Big Tkachev, very nicely done. Pretty good handstand here. She goes a blind change into her second major release, which is a piked Jaeger. Little out of control on the overshoot to handstand there, but nothing too much there really to worry about. A good handstand here at the end. And here comes the best part. The big Arabian double dismount, which she just sticks 9.95. Her highest score of the year, and that's why she's #1 in the country on that event. April Burkholder on vault for LSU. Yurchenko full, 9.825. She's clearly their best athlete. She's a great all-arounder. Courtney Kupets finishing up for us on the uneven bars. Does a toe-on Shapashnikova, the bail to handstand, her uphill, or some people call that a Chinese sit-up. This is the hop full. So with the Tkachev, she gets a little bit in on the bar, just a bit there. A little short on the handstand there at the end. Winding up for the double layout dismount, and it takes it out just a little bit, kind of buckles on the knees on the landing, but otherwise a very good routine, a 9.85. We took about a 10th deduction on the dismount itself. So after 2 rotations, we're in the lead with pacing a 98.6 to LSU's 98 even.
The Jim Dog Show is brought to you by Melwood Springs. Melwood Springs from the Blue Ridge Mountains of North Georgia. By Makar Homes. Makar Homes, built with passion for over 50 years. Brown Arrowhead Clinic. Arrowhead Clinic, Georgia's largest spinal health care organization. By Athens Regional Medical Center. At Athens Regional, we have a specialty. You. By Golden Pantry. Golden Pantry, we've got what you need. By the John Bull Stores of the Bahamas. John Bull, the shopping mecca of the Caribbean. And by Phil Hughes Honda. Phil Hughes Honda, the official car dealer of the Georgia Gym Dogs.
It's official. Honda Cars and Trucks have made history. For the first time ever, Motor Trend Magazine has presented a single automaker with the top 2 awards. The Honda Civic and the Honda Ridgeline are named the 2006 Motor Trend Car and Truck of the Year. The all-new Civic offers a new level of performance and design. And the Ridgeline, it combines toughness, a smooth ride with innovative features. See why it's not just a truck, but a Honda. Learn about the Ridgeline and the new Civic at North Georgia's oldest Honda dealer, Phil Hughes Honda in Athens.
With over 26 active communities in the Atlanta area, Makar Homes is committed to providing superior customer satisfaction before, during, and after building your dream home. From affordable townhomes to luxurious estate homes, Makar has a plan and a neighborhood to fit almost any lifestyle. A certified professional builder with over 40 years experience, Makar Homes is built right where you want to be. For available home and home plans, visit www.makarhomes.com.
Ask Suzanne, brought to you by Makar Homes. And this week's question is, what is the Gym Dog record against the University of Alabama? And the answer, I'm not sure of the total record, but I do know that when we've competed against the University of Alabama and one of the two teams has been ranked number one, that Georgia has won 9 out of 11 times. That's Ask Suzanne, brought to you by Makar Homes.
Welcome back. After hitting vault pretty well and then going to bars and having a few little mix-ups, we're still doing very, very well and on a pace for a 197-plus meet. The atmosphere is a little messed up. TV has got us slowed down in between routines. There's a big break. Suzanne, how do you feel the atmosphere is going into being?
Yeah, it's just, for as well as we're doing, it's just the meet is slow and everything just feels labored. Again, live television, television, ESPN television slows the meet down. We had alumni night tonight, 43 alums introduced, and that slowed it down a little bit. I feel like we're a little out of rhythm. We're doing really well, but again, it just feels a little off today. Let's see what we do on balance beam.
Okay, so we're headed over to the beam. See the crowd, the cheerleaders are really getting everything going. The atmosphere was really, really good. Kelsey Erickson starts us off, as usual, with a punch front wolf jump for 2/10 of her bonus. Flip-flop layout, very nicely done for her series. She does a switch leap. The straddle jump, we get 2/10 combination bonus there. And she finishes up with a cartwheel, the gainer layout full, sticks the landing, 9.85. That's just the kind of start you want on the balance beam. Audrey Bowers up next on the balance beam for us. Audrey was a 2-time JO national champion on this event and has typically been very, very consistent for us. The flip-flop layout, it's 2 Ds there. She gets 3/10 for that series. Switch leap to straddle, to a straddle 3/4. Very, very difficult skill. Audrey does it very well. Dismounts a little rough here on the round off double full. She didn't get a really good punch off the beam. The round off didn't turn over as fast as it should. 9.8. Emily Ellis now on floor. Opens with a double tuck. Very nicely done. Comes back with a whip half to a Rudy. So she gets a D with bonus there. So far, a D in every pass for Emily. And then a front layout to front full. That is a B to a C for 1/10 of bonus in her last pass. 9.8 is her score. Tiffany Tolnay up next for the Georgia Gym Dogs on the balance beam. There's a beautiful switch side there. A little balance check. You see her straighten her knees. That's exactly opposite of what we want her to do. We want her to stay down and bend those knees a little bit. Flip-flop layout. Beautifully done. Excellent punch front. You see how high she lands that. She's almost standing straight up and down when she lands her punch front. One of the better ones I've ever seen. And then a switch leap to straddle jump to back tuck. We get 4/10 of combination bonus for that combination there. And then she finishes with her dismount, back handspring, double tuck, little chest down on the landing and a slight step. She went 9.8. I'd like to see that score come up just a little bit. Front double full punch front for Kelly Phelan. Beautiful pass. That's a 4/10 combination at the beginning of her routine. She finishes, comes back with a double pike. Another D tumbling pass. LSU's doing the difficulty. It's front full to a front tuck full. That's a C to C combination. She gets 2/10 for that. Very, very nicely done. 9.875. See Katie Heenan up next for us on the balance beam. This routine is absolutely beautiful, as you'll see, and it ended up being her season high so far in terms of her score. Beautiful flip-flop layout. Katie just has such a great presence, both on beam and floor. Straddle jump to a sheep jump. That's a C to a D combination. Punch front. Again, very high. They're not landing in deep squats. That's what you want on the punch front. Then finishes with a round off double full. She sticks 9.9 and absolutely earned every penny of it. Great routine for Katie Heenan. Back over to the floor, April Burkholder, who does the choreography for not only herself, but for several of the other girls on the team, is my understanding. Opens with a tuck full in, an E-level skill. Comes back with a 2.5 punch front layout. A little bit of a leg problem in that. Not anything too serious. That's a very difficult pass to execute cleanly. And then finishes with a double tuck. So she's got the difficulty. So LSU's really doing it. 9.9 on the floor exercise for April Burkholder. Courtney Coupette's up, cleaning up for us on the balance beam. Courtney is very, very strong on this event. Flip-flop layout. The 3 series is something that is to your advantage. She just had a little bit of a balance check on both the series and the punch front. So now she's got 2 balance checks there, probably half a tenth apiece. Does a switch sleep to a gainer layout, which is another D salto. And then does a standing gainer layout full, goes 9.875. Courtney does do a double back off the beam, but we just kind of give her a little bit of rest this week and let her do a little bit of an easier dismount. So through 3 events, Georgia leads 147.825 to 147.050.
My name is Lauren Kevison. I was going to ask Courtney Capetz how it was in the Olympics.
Thanks for the question. I mean, going to the Olympics is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So for me to be able to do that was so exciting and thrilling, and getting to go to Greece was an amazing experience. You know, the scenery and everything was awesome, but just being able to compete on such a stage like that was awesome.
What do you do when you're involved in an automobile accident? When you're in an accident, you need to make 3 important phone calls. 1, call the police. 2, call your insurance company. 3, call to make an appointment with the Arrowhead Clinic. Don't take a chance with your health. The Arrowhead Clinic has more than 25 years of experience in treating crash injuries. And for your convenience, we specialize in insurance documentation, relief, recovery, results. Call now for the location of the Arrowhead Clinic nearest you.
The Georgia Gym Dogs are red hot. Hot team. Cool water.
Melwood Springs, now available at Golden Pantry. Golden Pantry, we got what you need.
Hi, my name is Paige Burns, and my golden moment in gymnastics is the day that I decided to come to the University of Georgia.
Welcome back. Well, once again, for the 2nd week in a row, our team had some bobbles and mistakes on beam. We really haven't hit our potential there, but we didn't count a fall. So things are going well. Now we're headed over to floor exercise. What do you think, Jay?
Right, and we're still pacing a 197 type tempo here, and the team still has not. Again, we still have not executed the way we do in the gym, and you know it gets a little frustrating when you're watching it. But when you sit back at the end, you kind of go, well, we are moving in the right direction. We're headed to floor, which is typically a strong event for us, particularly at home. So I think you know it's a good way for us to finish up the meet, and let's take a look at how floor goes. As is traditional for all of our meets in Stegman, the crowd really gets up on their feet as we come to the 4th and final event, sort of the 4th quarter of a football game type mentality. Audrey leads off for us. Opens with a beautiful double pike. Audrey's very, very good on the floor in terms of her presentation. The judges really seem to like her routine. Whip half to Rudy, so we've got a D with bonus there in the middle as well. And then she finishes up with a round off back handspring, 2.5 twists, a little step sideways. That's going to cost her a little bit. 9.875. The rest of the routine was flawless. Brittany Smith getting back in the lineup again, coming off of that groin injury that we talked about. Opens with a whip immediate double pike. D+2. Very, very difficult pass. Comes back in the middle and tries to connect a punch front for the first time at the end of this. It's a whip half, a front full punch front, steps back out of the punch front. That's the first time we've tried that this year. But for 2/10 of bonus there as well. And then finishes with a nice high double back, another D. So she's finishing with the difficulty that you'd like to see. Brittany went 9.85 on the floor exercise 4, so it was really good to see her get back into the lineup. Karen Martinjack over on the balance beam for LSU. This was the best beam score of the night. She does a one-arm back handspring layout. Very nicely done. That one-arm back handspring is worth more than regular back handspring. It's a C. The switch sleep to straddle 3/4, similar to Audrey's leap series. Then a straddle jump to another one-arm back handspring, so there's a C to C combination for 2/10. And a cartwheel gainer full off the side, stuck the landing, 9.925 was her score. Nikki Childs up on the floor for us, and we'll keep trying to get Nikki to put this front double full punch front in. It wasn't here again tonight, but she just didn't feel like she could go for it. There's supposed to be a punch front right there, but that's still an E, even without the punch front. Comes back with a whip half to a Rudy, little short landing, just kind of stumbling forward just a bit. And then she finishes up with another 10th and bonus with a whip to an immediate double full. Very nicely done, except she bounces up out of the landing. We've been working on her landings an awful lot. 9.775. She was a little disappointed in that routine. Kelsey Erickson up on floor. Beautiful, beautiful double pike. That's the way a double pike should be done. Kelsey's really starting to come on in the all-around. This is her second meet in a row in the all-around. Front full to front layout half. That's supposed to be a front full to front full, but she had a little trouble in warm-ups with it. And then finishes with her double tuck. Very, very nicely done. A little stumble there at the end. 9.875, but it closes out a great meet for Kelsey, in which she went 39.5 in the all-around, and she really is emerging as a great leader on this team. April Burkholder on the balance beam for LSU. You can see a round-off layout dismount. It's a very risky mount. Excuse me, mount, not dismount. It's a D-level mount. Flip-flop, layout. She, again, does the 3 series. You can tell she is just a world-class type athlete. There's a ring jump, a side summing where she has a problem there. Probably a 10th to 10th and a half on that balance check. She does a switch sleep to a sheep jump just like Katie Heenan. And then round off double back where she steps forward. She goes 9.8. Probably a good score. They rewarded her for all that difficulty because she had the big balance check and then the landing deduction. Katie Heenan on the floor for us. Front double full, punch front pike. Beautiful pass, worth 4/10 in bonus. And you can just see Katie's choreography and her presentation is just amazing. She hires Russell Warfield, as do several of our girls, to do her choreography. She loves Broadway music, and she's stuck with that theme this year. You can see the double toe turn with the leg at horizontal. That is a D-level skill, so she's got plenty of bonus both in dance and in tumbling. Comes back with her middle pass, which is a double pike. Very well done. Another D-level skill. So this routine is loaded with difficulty, and you can see Katie's really playing up to the crowd, particularly right over there by the student section. Jump, tuck, double. Another D in her dance. And she's winding up, getting ready for her last pass. This is a good kind of a breathing time. We've had so much difficulty to this point. We've got to kind of give her a chance to dance a little bit and get her breath before this last pass, which is a front full to a front layout half. She gets another 10th of bonus in the last pass. Very, very nicely done. Katie is really, really turning out to be such a great leader and a great competitor for the Georgia program, only in her second year. 9.95 was her score, and it caps a very, very good, solid meet, workmanlike 197.15. We'd like to see ourselves execute a little better in some spots, but again, it's the 5th meet of the season, and we've got room to grow.
Routine of the Week, brought to you by Athens Regional Medical Center. And this week's Routine of the Week is Tiffany Tolnay, a freshman on the vaulting event, where she scored a all-time high of 9.975, competing a Yurchenko with a 1.5 twist. This is Tiffany Tolnay, and it's Routine of the Week, brought to you by Athens Regional Medical Center.
I'm sorry, honey. I know it hurts. Oh, x-rays, they don't hurt at all. It's like a magic eye that looks inside of your body to see if anything's broken. This is where Hannah came to get her stitches out last year, remember? Of course, honey, Mommy will be with you the whole time. And remember, Mommy wouldn't take you here if it wasn't the best place in the whole world.
Athens Regional Medical Center, a passion for medical excellence.
Drop by drop. A trickle becomes a stream, flowing from the source. Refreshing, fresh, in the store or at your door. Millwood Springs.
Countdown to the NC2A is brought to you by Melwood Springs. And as you can see, Georgia and Utah remain on top as the only two teams to score 197 this season. Further down the list, you see some surprise teams with Nebraska, Missouri, Iowa State, and Arizona State. And that's Countdown to the NC2As brought to you by Melwood Springs.
Well, there you have it. Another great meet for the Gym Dog team, and no better time than right now to win back-to-back against University of Florida and LSU, because we're headed over next week to Coleman Coliseum to compete against number 3 ranked University of Alabama. And it's always a great competition in front of a huge crowd. We're really looking forward to it. Our team is ready to cut loose, and hopefully it'll be next week in Coleman Coliseum. What do you think, Jay?
Absolutely. It's a great environment over there every time we go. We haven't been there in 2 years, so we have really only the juniors and senior on our team have even experienced that environment. So I think it's just a great thing for college gymnastics when you can have that kind of environment going on, and we have an expectation that every time we hit the floor, we want to win, and we expect to win. So it should be a great meet.
I love it. We expect to win. We'll see you next week with the results from Georgia versus Alabama.
The Gym Dog Show has been brought to you by Melwood Springs. Melwood Springs from the Blue Ridge Mountains of North Georgia. By Makar Homes. Makar Homes, built with passion for over 50 years. Brown Arrowhead Clinic. Arrowhead Clinic, Georgia's largest spinal health care organization. By Athens Regional Medical Center. At Athens Regional, we have a specialty. You. By Golden Pantry. Golden Pantry, we've got what you need. By the John Bull Stores of the Bahamas. John Bull, the shopping mecca of the Caribbean. And by Phil Hughes Honda. Phil Hughes Honda, the official car dealer of the Georgia Gym Dogs.